Hi students, welcome back to Chakravarti e-classroom. We are going to discuss questions from time and distance chapter today. See students, time and distance is also one of the very important chapters in the light of many competitive exams in our country. But my advice is, before attempting this type of questions, first of all, you need to brush up your concept. Once the basics are clear, you can do this type of questions within the stipulated time. For that reason, please focus on the basics. Let's do one thing. You need to pause the video here and try to solve this question by yourself. With the method, whatever the method you know, you just go for that one. After that, resume the video and I am going to give you one of the best methods for this type of questions. By writing very less on the paper, or even without writing anything on the paper also, how to do this question within a maximum of 30 to 45 seconds, I'll explain. But before that, pause the video and do it by yourself. But before going for that method, the shortcut method students, first let me explain this question with the help of the basic mathematics, algebra. Generally how the students do that one in the exam. Most of the students, 90% of the students go with the algebra only by taking something as a x or y. But in our teaching methodology, generally how I teach, we go by the unitary method or we go by some other methods where algebra is not required. We will try with that method, but before that, let me explain this one with the help of algebra. Quickly I'll give you the method. After that we focus on the shortcut like by taking some more time for that one. Okay, right. Now let's take this one. First read the question properly. Every time I'll tell you the same thing. While reading only you have to analyze that one. What exactly they have given. Two places x and y are 42 kilometers apart on a straight road. Simple information. Then A and B started from x at the same time with the speeds of 5 and 7 kilometers respectively. Then B reached Y and returned immediately and met A at place Z. Then what is the distance between X and Z? Have you understood this question? If you are not able to understand that one orally, it is better to convert this one as a picture. Just to present it as a picture or a small diagram. How is that one? Simple students. Here I am taking this one. This is place X. Listen very carefully. Alright. And this is place Y. And clearly they have given that the distance between these two is 42 kilometers. Alright. Now A and B started from here. A and B. A with 5 kilometers per hour. B with 7 kilometers per hour in the same direction, and their target is to go to Y. And clearly they have described that B reached this place first, because obviously the speed of B is more than A. B reached this place and returned immediately without wasting the time there. Just that point is very important here. So immediately he returned and met A somewhere here. The place name is Z. By this time A is here only, he is going towards this direction. B met A at Z. Now the question is, what is the distance between X and Z? This is the question. Alright. See students, if you go with algebra, I am telling you it takes more than 3 minutes. Just I'll give you the method of algebra. Then we'll go for our own method. How to solve it. Now see, if you go by algebra, obviously have to go for this one. Between this X and Z, I am taking this distance as X kilometers per hour. And obviously this distance is 42 minus X kilometers per hour. Alright. Now one very important point is here. What is that one? Both started at the same time. And B has not wasted any time here. Immediately returned and met A here. What is the meaning of that one? The meaning is both started at the same time and both stopped at the same time. Isn't it? That means A and B both travelled for the same time. For example, B travelled for 5 hours. A also travelled for 5 hours. Of course, the distance covered by both of them is different from each other, but time taken by both is the same. I am going to use that technique. What is the technique here? Clearly, time taken by A must be equal to time taken by B. As simple as this one. I am going to frame one equation based on this logic. Getting this logic is very important, whatever the method may be. Maybe algebra or any other shortcut or whatever it may be. Knowing this one, getting this one is very important here. That's the reason why you need to read the question properly. Now just go for this one, just frame an equation here. Simple equation here, time taken by A is nothing but distance by speed. What is the distance travelled by A from here to here? X. By speed, what is the speed of A? 5 kilometers per hour. Isn't it? Must be equal to time taken by B. Now here, time taken by B is, just go very carefully, distance by speed. What is the distance travelled by B in this transaction? Simply B travelled from here to here, X, again here to here, and returned. Yes? So for that reason, total distance travelled by B is X plus this one, 42 minus X plus 42 minus X, because 2 times that is, dividing by 7. Then you need to solve this equation. Yes or no? Just go for the solving of this equation. You will get the value of X. That is going to be your answer, isn't it? But think it over, students. Already we have learned this type of methods at our school days. But when you are attempting the competitive examination, if you go by this method, of course you will get the right answer, but you will be landing upon wastage of time there. Yes or no? Ample of time will be wasted. Not less than 3 minutes for this one. Now, I'll give you my own method. You won't get it anywhere, I'm telling you, students. Okay? I'm telling you confidently, you won't get it anywhere outside. I'll give you that method where you need not write anything on the paper. For that matter, you may write very little on the paper, very less. After thorough practice in the due course of time, you need not write anything. For that reason only at the beginning of the class I told you, you need to learn the basics properly. In our courses, in our regular courses, I always focused on the basics. Alright, now see how to solve that one. What is our method to solve this question? Everything is same, students. Everything is same. You just try to recollect the same diagram. Of course, you have to do it in your mind. This is X, this is Y, distance is 42. Then A and B started here, 5 and 7. B reached here, returned and met A at Z. A is here and B is here. Now I need to find out the distance between this one. This is as usual. But before going for the solution, you need to think in this way. Is there any alternative method than algebra? Very simple. Here, if you know the relationship among speed, distance and time in a proper way, this question is cakes walk for you. What is the relation between speed and time, you tell me? Simple one, you can say in this way. Speed is always inversely proportional to time when the distance is same. Distance is constant. Yes or no? The more is the speed, the less time you are going to take. The less is the speed, the more is the time you are going to take in this transaction where distance is same. Yes or no? Now go a step forward. Go a step further. What is the relationship between speed and distance, particularly when time is constant or the same? At our 8th or 9th class we have learned this one. Alright, so what's the distance here? Always speed is directly proportional to distance when time is constant, time is same. Suppose 1 hour time is there, time is same, 1 hour time is there, that is constant. In 1 hour, the more speed you go, the more distance you cover, isn't it? The less speed you go, proportionately less distance you cover, because time is same, 1 hour only, or 2 hours or 3 hours. I am going to apply this technique here, because here in both A and B case, both cases time is same. Time is same. When time is same, speed and distance are directly proportional to each other. Now let's apply the same concept. Focus carefully, listen very carefully here how I am going to apply. First, let me take the speed ratio of A and B in this case. Obviously, the speed ratio is 5:7. But observe students carefully, speed ratio can be equalized to distance ratio in this case because time is same. Listen carefully, you won't get this type of methods outside. Alright, so speed ratio can be taken as the distance ratio because time is constant. Now here in this case, speed ratio will become distance ratio. This one. The distance covered by A and B, the ratio of distance covered by A and B is obviously 5:7. That means if the total journey is 12 kilometers, A travelled for 5 and B travelled for 7. Isn't it? Now I need to find out what is the value of 5 in the ratio of 5:7. To know that one, you must know what is the collective distance travelled by A and B. The distance travelled by A and B together in this case. Now tell me, what is the distance travelled by A and B together? That's your question. You have to answer. Tell me quickly. What is the distance covered by A and B together in this transaction? Not 42. 84 kilometers. 42 plus 42. Why? Or how? Simple one, you see. From here to here, A and B both travelled. Again, B travelled from here to here and returned here. What is the meaning of that one? From here to here, A and B travelled. 2 times that is covered by A and B. Then B travelled from here to here, again from here to here. That means in the whole transaction, the distance covered is 84 kilometers. Now I need to find out what is the distance travelled by A in this case. What's the distance travelled by A? Total 84, I'm just taking this one out. So total 84 kilometers are there, must be distributed in the ratio of 5:7. 5 parts is my answer. So very simply, distribute 84 in the ratio of 5:7. Obviously it should be 5 by 5 plus 7, 12 into 84. Simple. Or in 12 parts, suppose total is 12. When total is 12, 5 parts A and 7B. In unitary method also you can do. Anyway, just to simplify this one, this is 7 times and my answer is 35 kilometers. What is this 35 kilometers? That is the distance from X to Z. Because X to Z, A travelled. Of course B travelled, but I am taking only A's part here. This is how exactly you need to solve the questions. Isn't it a simple method, student? To explain this one, right, to make you understand, I have taken this much time. But think it carefully. Once you can come to the logic that the time is constant, then speed ratio is equal to distance ratio. This is the speed ratio and again it will become the distance ratio, and in this transaction total 84 kilometers are covered. A travelled 5 parts, B travelled 7 parts. What is 5 parts? My answer is 35. How much time would it be taking? Not more than 30 to 35 seconds. But to arrive at this conclusion, to use this method, your basics should be strong. Fundamentals should be strong. Only then you are able to do that. Every chapter you have to do in this way. Every question you have to do in this way. Then you can squeeze out that one. Examiner will be afraid of you. Meet in the next session with some other questions, students. Thank you very much.